How's everyone doing? What's happening tonight? Hopefully all are well. Gotta have my microphone and where my other glasses are. On my other glasses. Anybody who's in the chat is welcome to say hello. This is where I usually keep my microphone, is on my glasses. But I can't clip it to these ones when I have to wear those. So that's what's up. So I just kind of keep my glasses right underneath my head. So I'm just working on the gun right now. Get that into focus. It's got some fun little elements around. I think I'm gonna lay some copper like in between the barrel there, and then these are gonna be lit up, or I mean they're gonna look like they're lit up, kind of like these screens here. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I think we'll paint some white stripes. Real fun stuff. Well, it's not white, it's actually a really light gray, to be specific. Ah! But I didn't get that anywhere. Too much paint. I don't care if this is a little messy right this second, just because I'm going to be carefully painting around these lights after they're painted. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Give the channel a like. It's super helpful if you do. Every little bit counts. And definitely say hello in the chat if you wish. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't even really care if they're personal questions either. Get asked some weird shit sometimes. And that's okay. It's like I'm on YouTube. People are gonna ask questions. There we go. What's happening, everyone? See, there's a couple more people in here. Feel free to say hi. I don't know who's in here until you say hello. Hello, hello. And like I was saying, if anybody has questions or comments, feel free to light up the chat. Let's hear what people have to say. And happy Saturday, everyone. I hope everybody had an awesome day. Okay, I think those are sufficiently white. Oops, sorry about the earthquake. Oops, wrong button. There we go. We're back on. All right, so next up, give this a quick little blow dry with my wife's old hair dryer. I think that's just kind of a running joke in a lot of YouTube channels that do stuff like this, is that We all steal our wives' hair dryers. Or partner, whatever. Alright. Who's all in here? Anybody want to say hi? I'm so lonely. Just kidding, I'm not really that lonely. My wife's upstairs. I know she's close. Alright. This is our light. This is gonna make lights. See? Like this. Little LCD screens or something. It's got that perfect little color. It's Neilac Oxide by Citadel. No, I'm not sponsored by them. Nope, can't play that music. Stop. Can't play that. It's illegal. I gotta be careful what I play because of copyright stuff. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want my channel getting closed down. What's going on with my iPad? Try this again. There we go. All right, here we go. Back to the lights. Everybody's quiet today. Nobody wants to talk to me. That's cool. Excuse me. I like it. Do this on the other side. Trying to make it look like the electronics in her gun are like lit up, because it is Star Wars, you know. It's not just it ain't no normal revolver. Very tiny. Cool. Those two stripes are done. Lights. We'll call them lights because that's what they're supposed to be. And now there's another one right here. See, let me adjust my camera a little bit so I can. Hopefully that's a little better. Let's see. This way I can kind of prop my hand on the table. I don't have to lift it up. And I can keep things a little more steady that way. There we go. I think that looks cool. Okay. Flip her over and do the other little light bright thingy. Cool. Happy with that. I just got to be careful with it while that dries. And then I got to do all these little dudes up here the same way. And then I can start laying the finishing touches down on the gun. You can see I'm just getting a little bead of paint in one spot and then just kind of slowly pulling it down and letting the surface tension kind of grab onto the paint and guide it into place. Not really even touching the brush to the model itself. I'm just guiding the paint through the gap that it needs to flow through. I mean, I don't want to be super messy with it. I only want the paint where I want the paint. Main thing is I just want these little dudes to be kind of as uniform as possible. It is supposed to be a little gun, which is typically a very it's a very carefully engineered item, and everything's got to fit just perfectly and work just right in order for it to do what it's supposed to do. There. That's good. I think that's pretty good. Now I'm going to be doing this like gunmetal gray over the barrel. I haven't decided yet, but I feel like this rail along here and here, around there needs to be silver. I just feel like that might look cool. I don't know. We'll see how we feel when we get this gunmetal gray in there. For that, I'm using this air paint, Corvus Black. It's not really black. It's like gunmetal gray. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat section. I'm gonna lay my back here. Worked quite a bit this afternoon, and then went upstairs, made dinner for me and the wife, and decided I wasn't done painting for the day. Earlier I redid the missiles. I went with like a bronze on the little wrist rockets. I think that looks much better with the green instead of the yellow tip. Some more dry brushing on the highlights. This arm I'm calling done. This one's good to go. The backpack's just about good to go. After I finish the gun here, I think this is done. So we can assemble probably everything tonight. I just need to paint this little air hose or whatever the heck it is. Should be a pretty simple and really quick paint job. Just need to finish up this little pistola. Oh wait, I want to do bronze in that little gap there on those little dudes. That's right. I think I want to do that. Yeah, I want to do that right now. I think I do. Where's my bronze at? Where'd it go? I was using bronze earlier today. Oh, it's hiding back here. So what's everybody up to tonight? Any special plans, or just chilling at home where it's nice and safe and warm, like me? That's what I'm doing. I'm chilling at home. Oh, I need my magnifying glasses. 'cause I'm blind. Oh yeah, that looks sweet. Yeah, I think that's a nice little touch. Dope. I like that. A little bit of bronze in there. It's looking pretty sweet, I think. All right, back to our black. Back on track. Back on track with Corvus Black. Sounds like a news program or something. Back on track, featuring our news anchor, Corvus Black. I know that was kind of dumb, but you got what I meant. So I just need to carefully go around these little bad boys. Get those edges cleaned up. Excuse me. Hopefully everybody can see okay. I'm not like holding it stupid and making it blur and shit. Right there, my thumb's probably getting in the way. Try to make that not happen. I'll try not to bump my camera too much either. I'm doing my best here, but sometimes it's almost impossible for me to hold it in a way that's not going to make it blur. So I really only have one area, one angle I can work with. So just bear with me. If I'm missing the chat, if anybody's talking and I'm missing it, it's just as I'm concentrating on this. I apologize. I'll let you know when I'm like leaning back or taking a quick breather so I can answer anybody's questions and stuff. My camera, my phone's situated in a way that I can't really see the chat very easily, so I have to kind of keep glancing over to look at it. Doing my best. All right. Done with the little brush. Cool. Sorry about that. Earthquake. I am in California, so you never know. We get a lot of earthquakes here. All right. That's gonna look tight. I'm digging it so far. All right, I gotta step away and take these magnifying glasses off. Who's in the chat? Who wants to say hi? Anyone? Anyone? Nobody. Just another quiet night. That's cool. You don't have to talk. If all you want to do is hit the like and subscribe button, I'm totally cool with that. Please like and subscribe. Totally appreciate you guys stopping in to say hi and giving me your time on Friday night. I'm just taking a little quick break here. Oh. Now I can see the comment. What's up, Mando? I don't know how many comments I missed, and I'm sorry for that. My phone's at a weird angle. It's like you film with one angle, and you never get that same angle again. You know, like... Oh, I wish I could watch the UFC fights. I mean, I guess I could put them up on my iPad or something, but I didn't pay for them or anything, so I don't know. And thanks for watching me paint, man. Hanging out. That's cool. It's a mellower night than last night. Ah, I'm just kind of chilling. I think while that paint dries, I'm going to use that same black on some of this pipe. Maybe? I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with this thing a little bit. Let's set that gun aside. Oh, it's on ESPN. Okay. That's cool. I feel like I could just dry brush this. Just kind of quickly dab it over nice and fast. I don't need to be careful, right? Not with this piece. I popped into Statue Forge for a little bit today. I saw you in there. I wasn't able to talk though. I was cooking, making lunch and stuff, and just kind of had the tablet in my kitchen with me while I was putting groceries away and cooking and everything. It was a pretty wild day out here. If you got out and about at all. Los Angeles is about a half hour. With no traffic, it's a half hour away. Let that dry for a second. It's funny, this pipe actually has some nice texture on it that I didn't know was there. It's got the little octagon shape that you see on all the superhero suits nowadays. All the suits got the same suit. Any big names fighting tonight? Mando? Need to get rid of this nasty old paper towel. Oh, I'm a little jealous, man. I'm gonna tell you that I loved Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes when I was a kid. Those were my two favorite G.I. Joe characters. And I saw Creative was doing that. I don't have his Patreon. I'm not a member. I have so many fucking Patreons. It's like I kind of have to budget my money with that shit, or I get in trouble. But yeah, that's a model I'd really love to get my hands on. And I guess he's Usman versus Buckley. Oh, okay. I don't know who either of those people are. I don't really follow UFC anymore. When my wife and I moved here, bought this house, I kind of just stopped watching TV. I just got into a creative space where I just wanted to play music and fucking draw and paint and stuff. I mean, I play video games, so there's that, but I don't really watch TV. Yeah, old UFC was the shit, dude. Back when it was fucking gnarly. You'd have like a taekwondo guy versus a jiu-jitsu guy, you know, like fights were gnarly. I mean, fights are still pretty crazy to watch sometimes. I'll catch them with some friends every once in a great while. But I mean, the old school UFC, just nothing beats it. No pun intended. think I'm going to do like a really light dry brush of silver on this pipe. And then hit it with some Nolan oil. Fourth fight's on right now, and they've been pretty weak. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's a lot of nowadays anymore. It just seems like fucking bobbing their hands around, checking each other out, doing, they fucking spend too much time dancing. Yeah, if you don't pay, fuck it. Why not? I just get sick of all the dancing. It's like, let's see some fighting every once in a while. Something cool and fucking epic happens and shit. But I mean, for the most part, I just find it kind of boring. Really. How much was it? How much is what Henry charging for his models? I never even looked into it. Right? Look at Simon Cowell's in the background. Dang it, that was probably too much. Alright. Oh, I gotta remember the orientation of this thing. Shit. Okay, I think it goes into her backpack like that. So this is the top. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Yep, grab way too much paint. It's all right. Hey, thanks again, by the way, Mando, for the compliment. Just made me think of it because I'm dry brushing right now. Anytime I'm dry brushing and it just starts looking dope, I think about Beast. That Beast model I did. I can actually go grab it out of my display upstairs if you want to see it here. I can kind of tell you how I did it. It's if you ever want to do it, man, I got the formula for it. It just fucking, it's dope. It's so easy. It goes really fast. And it's just a fantastic model to print and paint too. Really, it is. Yeah, that's looking nice. I'm liking that. Dry brushing really brings out the details. Hits them just right. You can see that little joint right here. Just brings every little bit out. And if you're watching, this actually is a dry brush. I didn't wet it. Actually, I did have it a little wet. I lied. But even with the dry brush, same effect. Just a tiny bit of paint on the ends of the bristles. You don't have to use this. You can use a texture palette or whatever. This is technically a texture palette at this point because it's got so many fucking layers of paint on it. But I do like to use a napkin, even though a lot of the airbrush expert guys say don't use a napkin. Um, I always just do what I want, which you should too, as long as it's not hurting anybody or you're being a douchebag. Don't do that. Um, but I like to use a dry brush sometimes. Sometimes I have a little, sometimes it's a little damp, a little moist. And, you just do what works for you. Feld bracelet. Yeah, there's that. I actually, when I had my FDM printer, I printed one out. And I just realized one day, like, I just didn't need it. Like, I used to do dry brushing and shit all the time in high school. It's like, what? Why do I need this fucking texture palette, you know? Like, the way paper towels are designed nowadays, like, there's your texture palette, you know? My hand, that's a good texture palette right there. I mean, look at those wrinkles and shit, you know? I can figure out exactly where my brush needs to be just by putting a little on my hand. Next time I have to go up to the bathroom real quick, I can grab Beast though if you want to check that out. I'll bring it down and show it. That one's never going to be for sale. That was my first resin print ever. I did have a few misprints because I didn't really know exactly what I was doing at the time, and they didn't come out with a like a pre-supported file either. So that was like my first venture into. So it's like that. That was my first venture into like figuring out how supports worked and all that crap. Oh, that's really detailed. That's cool. Try to get that to focus right. Yeah. Some nice detail on that. Now, let's do Null Oil. I want something a little mellower than panel liner on this one. Null Oil does kind of do the same thing as panel liner, ladies and gentlemen, but not the same thing. So all I want are these little bitty links in the hose to pop out, kind of. So this is essentially just a shade wash, and it's going to stick to those details. It's going to seep into those little tiny cracks and crevices that make up the detail on this hose, which is exactly the effect I want. This is made by Citadel. Stuff is magical. I've tried to make it. I've tried a couple of online recipes because fucking Citadel paints are expensive, but you go through a lot of this shit if it's something you like to use, which I do. And yeah, couldn't get the formula right. No matter how anybody said their recipe was the best or it was super good or whatever, it wasn't. I compared them up to the real thing, and it was never the same. So whatever fucking sorcery Citadel has going on over there, it's pretty amazing stuff as far as how they make their paints. Yeah. think I'm gonna call that hose done. I like that. I think this looks nice. What do you guys think? There's what, 2, 3 people in here? Yeah, I'll call that good. Okay, hose is done. Another piece I don't have to think about anymore. All right, back stretching time. Who's winning the fights right now? Oh, yeah, I forgot I can look at this. Oh, dude, I love the women fights. I'm just checking this on my monitor. I want to see how it looks to you guys. Yeah, you really can see that detail. Okay, cool. See how the gun looks. Not the Tom Cruise Maverick. That's funny. I'm pretty stoked on the gun here. Yeah, I think I am going to leave the barrel black like that. He's way too short for that. I remember seeing him years and years ago when we were down in LA skateboarding. Him and his entourage were coming out of some restaurant, and I'd never seen him before. I didn't know how. I didn't know really what he looked like or anything, but you know, like how tall he was. I didn't know that, and it just struck me how fucking short the dude was. With this model here, the one I'm working on, I'm really impressed with it myself. SW3D's done some crazy shit, man. Oh, hey, check this out. This is pretty cool. I was able to get most of the base fixed up today for the Obi-Wan BOGO. I finally got this fucking jigsaw puzzle here all figured out. Um, Obviously some pretty big gaps. Oh, I know, dude. Here's Boga. Check this out, dude. I finally started printing her. She's the last thing I have to print for this model. So this is her head. I was tripping on the size of her head. Like, if that's gonna tell you the size, the scale of this fucking critter. I mean, that's just the lower jaw with the tongue in my hand. So she's gonna be, like up here somewhere, like this. Hard to get the scale on the camera, but it's fucking massive. I picked up some epoxy today because I knew I'm gonna need that shit. Yeah, here's the other, some of her. She's actually cured and can go down in. Where's the Boga box? Here it is. There we go. Boga box is there. So this is where I will collect her parts. And then Obi-Wan's up here with all the other accessories that fucking go everywhere on this thing. I can't wait to get this, at least the base, all glued together and, to where I've got the gaps sealed. I know, right? And I've also started to consider where in the fuck am I going to put this thing? What am I going to do with this when I'm done? It's like our county fair is coming up, but I am not going to be done with this damn thing by the time the fair happens. So I'm going to be entering a couple other models in the fair this year. I entered last year. I entered my Cad Bane which was printed in FDM, and then I entered the Rancor monster that I did in FDM. Got first place on both of them. They're sitting upstairs. But this year I'm doing resin entries, and yeah, should be interesting. And I've got 4 more bottles of resin coming tomorrow. If that doesn't fucking cover printing Boga, Jesus. All that I just showed you took just a teeny bit over 8 bottles of resin to print. And and plus Boga, her head. I've got just enough resin to get through tonight and maybe one more print tomorrow. And that's it. Oh, that's the part that struck me the most about that model is I was like, oh my God, I have to paint her. For some weird reason, she's one of my favorite creatures in all of Star Wars universe as far as live action stuff goes. The Varactals, um, I just thought she looked awesome in the movie. So when I saw that model, I was like, oh, I'm doing that one for sure. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And then I downloaded the model when it came out and just about flipped out. I did not realize it was going to be that fucking big. I was, I thought about scaling it down for about 5 seconds, and then I was like, nope, fuck it. This model is going to be the biggest model I've ever done, and it's probably going to hold the record for a while, I'm guessing. For me, at least. SW3D's been printing it as well. They didn't even do test prints before they ran the thing, which I thought was pretty funny. But they've been asking me like how they keep checking in with me like every other day, like how's it going along? What's your status? Because they're printing it right now as well. I only have one fucking printer though, so I'm like, you guys aren't done yet? Like, what the hell? I imagine they're probably done by now. I don't know. Have not heard from them this weekend. I would hope they're all resting and chilling out. Okay, I think I'm just about to call this done. The gun is done. Thinking this looks pretty sweet. Got that little Picatinny rail on there. Looks dope. I didn't want it too grungy because like the gun is, I mean, that's her piece. She's got to be taking good care of that. I imagine she keeps it clean and pristine. So what I'm doing here is mostly just for shadows. I'll leave that side bright. Yeah. I think I'm going to call this part done as well. Now, to assess our situation, starting off with the base. By the way, yesterday's video, I did leave the link in the description. I think, was it you that was asking about this, Mando? Anyhow, I left the link in the description for these little roots. I did not leave I didn't leave these guys in the description because I bought these at Games Workshop. So you can get them through Citadel or Games Workshop. I don't know what they call them. Sticky tufts of grass or some shit, maybe, But that's what they are. Excuse me. Let's get some legs. Let's get some legs on her. I think I'm ready for glue, actually. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit so we can see the whole thing. I'm kind of feeling like we should assemble. I just want to take one last look at it, because once I've got her arms and her backpack and everything all glued on, it's time for portrait. That's my favorite part of the models. Getting the portrait done. Let's see. Trying to find a good camera angle for everybody. Kind of a new rig I've got here. Yeah, that's looking cool. All right, I'll move my light up a little bit. Okay. Let's put her wedges on so she doesn't topple over into my lap. I have not done her helmet yet. That's kind of going to be an afterthought. I'm going to do her portrait. I'm going to do this portrait first, and then I'll do her helmet. Her helmet's going to be bitchin' though. Really simple design. Visor part's going to be a little tricky, but I have some ideas for that. But yeah, her helmet's going to be fun. So I don't know. Are we ready for glue? I feel like we're ready for glue. Tiny bit of a gap on her legs there. There's a little tiny bit of a gap here too. I think it hides in the shadow pretty well. I'm just giving it a once over. Let me have a cigarette over this, so I can think if I'm ready. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let's do a full mock-up right now. Hopefully the backpack will stay on. Okay. Where's our hose? There's the hose. And that goes like this. Attaches to her backpack like so. Is that right? Or is it the wrong way? Oh, it's like this. That's how it goes. That makes more sense, and it looks better too. Now, that's not going to stay on there. So that'll be the final dealy bob. I like that the hose is like a different, it looks like different metal than her armor. You know, the joint. I think that's cool. All right. I think it's ready for glue. I'm going to do it. Whoop. See, that's why I have the little dudes under there. All right. Let us glue things into place now. Legs first. All right. This is my favorite glue to use for, you know, just like basic assembly. If you're doing like a big piece or something that doesn't quite fit just right, or it's a little sketchy, you know, if they kind of fucked up the keys or something, these are the keys on the model. This little part, you know, they fit in like a key. Sometimes they're a little wonky. and you could use like a two-part epoxy. For people that don't know, you can just use a two-part epoxy to play around with it. That way you've got, maybe 5 minutes before it sets. But keep in mind, you're standing there holding the fucking thing for 5 minutes while it sets. So there's that. Oh, thank God I stuck the right leg down. That would have been a bummer. Now this one, I like to kind of mock things up a little bit to make sure that when I insert the keys, that everything's going to slide in right. So in this particular case, I think we're good to go ahead and glue it. This model really fits together nicely. I really dig the design on it. They did a really good job. I'm just going to hold this in place for a few. I know this part's like super exciting. To me, it is anyway. It's like, this is so satisfying. Like, fuck, man. After, I think I got close to about 16 hours on this one total, maybe 15 hours, somewhere around there. A little longer than I thought it was going to take. But I think that's mainly because I got really not carried away, but like, I just got really into the details of it more than I expected myself to get into. I originally thought I was just going to do this one really quick, and then I started to care about it more. Yeah, that works. So I'm realizing if I kind of push her over to the left, her left a little bit, it covers up that gap a little more. So I'm going to keep the pressure on this side while it dries, while the glue's curing a little bit. I lied. What is that? Is that the key is just too big? So now I feel like I should sand that key down a little bit. I think it would actually give me a better fit. I feel like it's the key that's rocking it. Hmm. Could just cut it off real quick. Let me see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we doing? Bust out the old dentist drill. Bear with me 1 second here. Gotta do. How do I want to do this? Okay. I don't want the resin dust to like collect the metal or the shit I'm about to cut off. Hang on for 1 second. I'll just do this off camera real quick. Right behind the camera. Disco. All right. Get this fucking mask off. Now let's see how she fits. Nope. That didn't work either. All right, fuck it. She's getting glued on. I'm over it. I don't care that much. She's going to go on display and nobody will ever notice it anyways. Put a little bit here for her too. There we go. Moving on. I'm going to have to sand this base a little bit. So it's a little... It's going to be a little... Oh, there is a support poking out of there. I never caught before. Get rid of that. Maybe that'll help. Oh, what do you know? It's a little more stable. Duh. Just let that set for a few. I mean, this is the angle you're basically looking at her most of the time, so I'm not really too concerned about the gap. You can't really see the gap on this side at all. And this side, I mean, you got to really kind of get up close to look at it. I ain't embarrassed. All right, let's put on her right arm. Sweet. Digging that so far. Who else is here besides besides Mando? You still here, Mando? Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I think my favorite part about it so far are the screens. I'm really pleased with how that color worked. You think so? Okay. I was a little worried about that. I did go through, I don't know if you can tell, but I went through and used a sponge on some spots. It kind of breaks it up a little bit. I thought it looked good. I thought the grime was good too. So thank you. I'm glad we agree on that. The reference picture that I was going with, kind of using to put her together and stuff. She didn't have the blue aspects in there. Um, she didn't have any of that, and I thought it looked better with the blue in the costume instead of silvery parts for all that. Um, and it works. I'm glad I did it. Um, you know, you can always do shit your own way. This could be a different. I mean, she could have a couple different outfits that she wears to battle. Who knows? Maybe she's on a different planet that I don't know. Metal and silver or metal and blue is the camouflage you need or something. Fucking knows. Duh. Looks like I'm gonna have enough time to work on a bit of the portrait tonight, so that'll be cool. I love doing portraits. Her eyes are gonna suck because she's 1/6 scale and she's fucking tiny. She's got teeny tiny eyes. Ah, hold on a sec. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna. Well, I still got my microphone. Um, Glue that left arm on there, and then her backpack and that hose, and then we'll be done with the main body assembly, and I can start. I can at least get through the first 2 or 3 layers of airbrushing on her skin tones, and that'll be nice. I'm going to be doing her face first, and then I'll be using. So I'm going to paint her face first, and then using a latex mask over that once I seal it. That way I'm free to just airbrush her head or her hair, and then start dry brushing. She's got some really nice fine details in her hair that are going to take a dry brush really nice. These are going to look bitchin' with the highlights and everything on there. But yeah, it should be pretty simple. And she's kind of looking. I don't really know where I want her to look yet. I feel like, right here, she's fucking laser focused, just focused dead ahead. So her eyes are going to be a little up the top. Yeah, she's gonna be fun to paint. I'm looking forward to doing her portrait. Okay, let's get onto this left arm. Yeah, dude, I love the way this gun turned out for her. I'm really pleased with that. How's the chick fights tonight? How they doing? Mando. Nobody else wants to talk. I guess we've just got some quiet observers. That's cool. And get on in there. Lovely, nice, tight little fit. with those keys. Really like that. Yeah. Oh, that just makes it with the arm on there. Both arms. Check, I'm looking at the gun here. Oh, yeah. I guess it would be pretty late. Ah, already done with the fights. Yeah. I don't blame you for being tired, homie. It's almost 10 o'clock here. Hit the rack. Are you military, Mando? Retired? If I may ask, anyways. It could be personal. Okay. I think we can safely glue on this backpack now. Yeah. Let's see here. Army brat. Army brat. So you weren't enlisted. Your father, your mother was, and you were a brat. Am I wrong? Or you were actually in the army? And if so, happy anniversary. I was celebrating the Army's. Oh, Master Sergeant. Nice. Well, thank your dad for his service. My dad did not serve. Medical deferment. I also had a medical deferment in 1994. Or, no, sorry, 93. He told, yeah. Smart dude. I'm, looking back on what Desert Storm and the Iraqi War did to some of my friends. I'm very thankful that I got a medical deferment. My life would certainly be different than it is right now had I survived and which I'm sure probably would have been okay. I hope. Some of my friends didn't make it back, and the couple that did, the few that did that I had that went to Desert Storm, they're pretty fucking messed up. I'm glad I'm not part of that. And they've all told me the same thing, like how lucky I was. You know, 'cause I was a little mad at first, but I think it was really just pride and ego, angry. To be perfectly honest with you and myself. Now I'm really glad I didn't get in. So there's that. Oh, that just fit beautifully. Oh, that's looking nice. I'm really stoked on that. Well, yeah, I agree with you, my friend. I really do. I definitely feel like I'm supposed to be here doing this. I do. Yeah, I am pretty freaking happy with this. I I'm catching a little detail though. I feel like I need to dry brush some, uh, make it look a little anodized up there. Is that the word I'm looking for? Anodized? You know, when the barrel's been hot, it's got that purplish steel color to it. I think that's the word I'm looking for, is anodized. Sorry about the shakiness. She's looking sick. Um, I think I'm pretty pleased with that so far. There's one little element here on the backpack, like these little stripes right here are supposed to be black, right, right here. But I didn't want to do them black. I thought it looked good where it was. If it bugs me later, I can always add it. But right now, I'm comfortable with it. And then I got these little side guys right here, chromed in. I don't really feel like I'm missing anything from where it's at right now. Now to decide if I want to airbrush a little bit. I mean, I can always do the first pink layer. I haven't even picked out my skin formula yet. She's a redhead, so I'm gonna go pale. And I think I will add some really light freckles on her nose or something. Not to be cliche, being that she's a redhead. Oh, I can put this metal color away. Anyone in here besides Mando, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I know there's not many people. There's only one other person in here right now, I think. Two other people. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Really, really thankful that you're here and checking out my channel tonight. I really appreciate you giving me your time. It's the greatest thing you can ever give anybody on this planet is your time. So I just want you to know I'm very, very thankful for that. And I'm glad you're here. Not just on my channel, but I mean I'm glad you're here on this earth and you're alive. That's awesome. Okay, I think I'm ready to set her aside. And I mean aside because there's going to be some airbrushing taking place. Put her up next to Ahsoka Tano. I just need to find a good angle for the airbrushing. Let's see here. I'm just going to be airbrushing a couple of very basic colors. Everybody boned out. They're like, fuck this. I don't care about airbrushing. I think that's that angle I was looking for. I feel like she needs a little more ink on her face. Let's see here. what's my airbrush pressure at? Push a little water through first, make sure we're spraying good. Looking good. She is ready for paint. Bear with me, guys, while I get my airbrush ready here. Get to see a little bit of my skin process tonight. I'll finish her portrait tomorrow, but I'll at least get it started tonight. What am I looking for here? Where is my color? There we are. It's our first color. I feel like I'm gonna be able to do this. I feel like I'm gonna be able to do this in probably 3 or 4 layers, maybe. Don't quote me on that. Just haven't decided where I'm gonna go with it yet. Okay, I think let's start with a little bit of ink. So I'm going to highlight some features on her face a little better. You don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. I'm only using it as a guide. However, anybody that tells you, oh, why are you doing this zenithal highlight thing? You're just going to paint over it. Well, if you're painting your skin layers correctly, for those of you who don't know, if you're doing your skin layers correctly, those colors will be there. They are under it. Okay. All right. Just gonna clean this cup out real quick. See if I can. It's kind of at an angle to where it's kind of hard to show how I'm filling the cup. I really only need a couple of drops of paint, so that's all I'm putting in here. Now this color is pretty thick, and I want it pretty damn thin. Anybody who watches channels like this knows what pinkle is, probably. And then just very carefully want to get like a drop or two of water in there. that might have been too much. You can just back flush your airbrush. This is the cheaty way to mix your paint and stir it up. You can also just take a paintbrush, use like an older paintbrush. Come on, bubble, pop. That's probably mixed enough. Yep. All right. All right. I'm happy with that. Where's my cleaning pot? Here we are. Just running some alcohol through my airbrush real quick to make sure that purplish color is cleaned out of there really good. Definitely don't want to mix that with any of the skin tones. You still in here, Mando, or did you crash out, man? Anybody else who's just joining in, thanks for joining in tonight, checking out the channel. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Love to hear from you. Tell me about your day. Ask me any questions you like. Don't really care if they're even personal questions. I'll let you know when you draw the line. All good. Man, that color takes a lot to get that color out of your airbrush. Oh, guess Mando has left the building. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Give me that. Hit that bell notification. I think that's the other one I'm supposed to say. Let's see. She's a redhead, so I'm feeling like need kind of a warm base tone for her skin. So that's what I'm looking for right now. What's this? Got this Salmon Rose by Vallejo. Could try that. I think I need to mix this up a little bit. I'm going to clear some of these other paints out that I don't need anymore. Real quick. Make some space. Might need that one. Might. Definitely don't need the bronze again. Don't need the snakebite leather. I think we're done with this one too. Corvus Black. And Ethermatic Blue. I think that one's done. And then Nilic Oxide, that one's done. Xandri Dust is long done. Use that on the base. And our metal color, I think we're done with that. Runefang Steel, we're done with that. So I'm showing you all these because these are all the metallics and everything that I use to get through this model. This is the red that I used on her some of her costume. And then some Nuln oil. I don't think we'll be needing that again. Maybe. And then this Auric Armor Gold. It's a fantastic gold. And I don't think we're going to be needing any of these. This is just a cheap black by Royce-Far. Pro Acryl, golden yellow. Dark blue gray is that's what I used on her costume. And then that was, I think I only used this on a button or two on her costume. So we can put these all the way too. Oh, where are those? Down here. I've got some more room on my workbench. Mix this color up a little bit for her skin tone, for her base skin tone. Best paint shaker on the market. Looks like it's moving really slow, but it's actually hauling ass. I just want to give this a really good mix. Cool. Get our cup. Never even opened. How about that? Yep, that's my base tone that I'm looking for. That's what I want. And, same amount of water, just about. Want it kind of thin. So I'm doing this to kind of see how it runs. You just, with practice and time with an airbrush, you get a feeling for the paint mixture you're going for, as far as how much water you put in the mixture. Now, I should qualify the word water. I strictly use distilled water only through my airbrushes. Pretty much no matter where you are, there's going to be minerals in the water. Here in Southern California, the water is extremely hard. It's a bastard, and you don't want to try to be atomizing those minerals through your airbrush, because it's definitely going to. I promise, it will affect your painting 100%. Now, all these fancy thinners, cheap airbrush companies sell you, or like, was it Vallejo makes thinner? Any paint that you don't freaking need it. You really don't need any of those. You don't need to waste your money on thinners. Just use distilled water. Practice mixing your paint, getting that down, and it'll blow through your airbrush just fine. I promise. 100%. I've been airbrushing for, well, now that I'm doing it again, 25 years. 25 years experience with an airbrush, around there. I like to use these pipettes to load my airbrush, by the way. They're very handy. And now, base tone, I'm kind of just going to be shooting from the bottom up, because I want this color to kind of be in the shadows as well. Sorry, I meant from top down. This is just kind of a general base coat for a skin. I've got some very mild sanding I'm going to have to attack tomorrow. Every so often, carefully check your needle and give it a little wipe, and that helps keep dry tip from happening on your needle, which will start. It'll make your airbrush start spitting paint and shit, and you don't want that to happen. It's not good. There we go. I think that is looking pretty good. Can really start to see the definition in her skin starting to come out. It's nice. Just gonna pour the rest of that back in there in case I want to go back over her face again. And now to clean my pot again, gonna do a quick clean on it this time. The Q-tip I just used to stir the paint, I'm just using that to clean out the inside of my cup. Spray a little water through it. A little back flush. And then a little bit of alcohol. How's everybody doing? Excuse me. All right. Now, I want to do a really light skin wash from her underside. And I'm going to use this Crusader skin wash. And that we are going to shoot from the bottom up. It's just a very mild wash we're putting on here. And right about the same amount of water. Maybe a little bit less. Should kind of look like, I don't know, runny cough syrup. That's the feeling I'm looking for. You can see how it's kind of coating the inside of the cup. That's the gets good. That's where I want it to be. Put more than enough in there. You really only need a couple drops. Okay, set that aside. And she needs to come a little closer to the edge here. There we go. Okay, next color, Reichland Flesh Shade is what I'm looking for. I believe I have that right here. Nope, that's Gillen Flesh. Don't want that one. Actually, I believe that's a little darker. I'm going for freckles. Yeah, it's a good freckle color. Not even going to bother cleaning out my airbrush this time. These two colors kind of complement each other pretty well. And the tricky part is getting your airbrush to freckle. And how do you do that? Well, you turn your airbrush way down. Like I want to be just barely spitting paint. Notice I'm not pulling the trigger back at all. Okay, a little lower. A little lower. Okay, might be hard to see on camera, but now we're freckling. So you can probably see how that looks on her even better. Don't want to overdo it, but I think that's about where I want it to be. Now, there's one more coat of skin on top of that, and we can turn our airbrush back up to right about 18. That's where I like it. Rinse out the airbrush real quick. Thanks for hanging out and being so patient while I'm doing skin. I was only going to do like 1 or 2 layers, but I'm like, screw it. Let's just see where it goes. So here we are. Okay. I want pale flesh. That's what we're looking for. Now, actually, I think we should do a wash. You know what? No, we don't need a wash this time. I'm not going to. It's got a tiny head. Don't need it. Decisions. I want white flesh. I just got my first low battery notice, so definitely gonna have to wrap it up pretty quick here. But that's all right. We're making some good headway tonight. So I want pale flesh, but I also want a little with a little bit of a red hue to it. I'm gonna have to mix this up a little bit. A little teeny bit of pinkish to it, pinkishness. I think this will do it. Is that closed up? Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a nice blockage. It's not cool. Not cool. See if I can clear that real quick. Whew. That was like a fucking plug in there. Damn. What's up with that? Look at that. Big old gunk puck. Glad we sorted that out. Cool. All right. We are clear. Try like 2 drops of that. Let's see where that takes us. I like the tint it's got, but it still needs to come up a little bit. Just a wee tad. Yep, I think that's it. That's where I like it. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see how we do. Yep. Freckles are really nice and faint. Cool. Now I think we're ready for our wash, but I'm not going to do that tonight. This is I wanted to get her skin tone done in just 3 layers, and I'm not going to be happy with that. So, and I'm starting to fade. My wife thought it would be a good idea. I mean, she didn't do it on purpose, but my wife woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and I just could not get back to bed. And yeah, so we've both been up forever. No midnight, no midnight oil for me. I will not be burning that tonight, unless I decide that when I go upstairs, playing GTA 5 is a good idea. Because then I get sucked into that shit. Killing kids in GTA 5. If I talk, if I have my microphone on and I'm playing GTA 5, the kids know. They're like, "You're old," and they like to go after me. And that's the funny thing about it. It's like, why would you pick on the old guy? Like, I've been playing this game since you were born. What makes you think I'm not going to destroy you? And they learn pretty quick that I am not to be trifled with. But yeah, GTA 5 is still fun. Looking forward to GTA 6. Tomorrow morning, I will be lightly sanding off those little support divots. Gotta get rid of those freaking things. Oh, but yeah, I am pretty cooked tonight. That's for sure. And I just finished cleaning my airbrush up, so before I put that away, I always put my little needle protector on there. I don't know why, but well, I do know why. Every needle I've ever had to replace on my H&S, any of my airbrushes really, is because I dropped my fucking airbrush and bent the needle, and that's a $70 mistake, especially for these airbrushes. The needle sets are extremely expensive. $70. I mean, after taxes and everything, $75 for a new 0.15 millimeter nozzle and needle kit. The last time I dropped it, I I fucked up the nozzle as well, so I had to replace the whole thing. I couldn't just replace the needle. Excuse me. And yeah, that's all she wrote. So sand here, and then I think she needs a wash. And that being said, where is my flat? Gonna clear coat her right now in case I forget to do it tomorrow. Don't want to forget to do it tomorrow. So I want to protect this layer of paint, and I don't want what I'm gonna do to her. I don't want that to take any of this paint off, because she's got freckles in there. I don't know if you can see that underneath that last layer. You know, I did some freckling before. They're very faint, but they're there. And then she's got like a little mole on her chin. But I need to seal this so that when I do the skin wash on her, the skin washes, there's going to be 3 of them, yellow, red, and blue, over her face. Some people call it the sideshow method. It's been around a lot longer than sideshow has. But anyhow, it helps all the little capillaries and veins and stuff kind of pop up. Like, it's very subtle on a model, on a 1/6 scale model. But they are there, and it does make a difference. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and clear coat her face real quick. That's it. Dry her off. It's just a flat that I use. So yeah, now she's got a nice, good clear coat over there, over her skin. It's flat. When I do the washes over there, over her face, that'll kind of make things go a little more matte for her skin. It'll start to look more and more natural the more we do to it. Um, it'll just keep looking cooler and cooler. And then the final part will be her. We'll touch up her eyelashes and her eyebrows, do the lips, and then put latex over her whole face. We're gonna cover her in latex and then do the hair. And the hair goes real quick, which is nice. The hair will be done fast. That's all dry brushing. Really easy, simple technique. And unless my wife absconds me and says I'm not allowed to do painting tomorrow or YouTube or anything, I will be getting on that tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you guys for checking in. Thanks for hanging out with me this Saturday night. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Trying to reach 300. We might already be there tonight. I don't know. My next milestone goal is 300, and then after that, I'm going for 500, and so on and so forth. Basically, I'm trying to build this channel so I can just quit my day job, get the channel monetized, quit my day job, and just freaking paint for you guys. I'd like to hold some seminars. I'd like to be holding some seminars where I teach different techniques very specifically, answer questions, basically hold class. I used to teach art, and it's something I've kind of wanted to do in my old age now. I'm getting too old for my day job. It's really starting to take a toll on my body. But I'm running off on a tangent. Anyways, hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications. That way you know when I'm post a video. I just started doing live feeds. This is kind of new to me. I say a lot. I'm trying really hard not to do that. It's like one of the toughest habits to break. In order to talk naturally and not do in between words. I'm really working on that. See? Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Much love. Happy 3D printing. Happy painting. I'm tired. I'm signing out. As soon as you hit that like and subscribe button and the bell notifications. Love you guys. Cheers. And have a nice day.